Magandang araw. Ngayon naman, pag-usapan or itutuloy natin yung ating talakayan tungkol dun sa relationship between the coefficient and the roots of quadratic equations. Okay, so last time, we've talked about finding the sum and product of the roots of a quadratic equation. So that topic is very much necessary in finding the quadratic equations given the roots. So kung nung nakaraan, given yung equation, hinanap natin yung roots. Ngayon naman, given yung roots, hahanapin natin yung equation. Kung baga, hinanap natin yung, or given yung seeds, then hinanap natin yung bunga noon. Ngayon naman, given yung bunga, then hahanapin yung seed. Okay. So, let's have an example relative to that. So, the roots of the equation would be -2 and 5. Okay. So, yan yung roots ng quadratic equation. Ano kaya yung kanyang equation? Okay. So, kailangan muna nating hanapin yung kanilang sum. Ano yung kanyang sum? Okay. When we are talking about sum, that should be the total or the operation between the two numbers would be addition. Then yung product, okay, we will be multiplying the numbers. So sum -2 plus 5, that is 3. Then yung product natin, -2 times 5, that is what? -10. Okay. So after determining the sum and product of the roots, we are now ready to determine the equation of those roots. Okay, so we have the standard or way of finding the quadratic equation given the roots. We're just gonna follow x squared minus sum x plus product equals 0. Okay. So, in that case, let's now substitute yung ating nahanap na sum and product. So, x squared minus, yung sum niya, 3x plus, okay, the product, -10 equals 0. Simplifying it further, you have x squared minus 3x minus 10 equals 0. Ibig sabihin, yung equation na ito, kapag hinanap mo yung roots niya, ay ganito yung makukuha mo. -2 and 5. Kasi from roots, kinuha natin yung equation. Nung una kasi, from equation, hinanap natin yung roots. Okay, so if you want to double check it, pwede mong hanapin yung kanyang roots at sigurado tayo na ang makukuha ay -2 and 5. Okay, so in that example, syempre, ang hahanapin pa rin natin ay yung equation na may roots na -3/5 and 4. Okay, so in finding the equation of our quadratic equations given the roots and given the roots of quadratic equation, we're just following a form na kung saan kapag nahanap natin yung sum and product of the roots, then substitute in that form, mahahanap na natin yung kanyang equation. So, pakatandaan lang that when the roots of a quadratic equation are given, yun lang yung ating gagamitin. So, hanapin lang natin yung kanilang sum as well as the product. Because if we know already the product as well as the sum of the roots, we can now substitute in the form x squared minus the sum x times x plus the product then equals 0. So, kailangan lang natin yung sum as well as the product para mahanap natin yung equation na may roots na -3/5 and 4. Okay, so let's now continue. Sum -3/5 plus 4. Okay, so kung mapapansin natin, this is a fraction and this is a whole number. So, pwede nating lagyan ng 1 as the denominator 4 to make 4 a fraction para magkapareho sila ng type ng number. Okay, so if you can notice, they don't have the same denominator. So let's find first the LCD of the two fractions by finding the LCM of the denominators 5 and 1. So the denominator or the common multiple, this common multiple of 5 and 1 is 5. Okay, so 5 divided by 5, 1 times negative 3, negative 3. 5 divided by 1, 5. 5 times 4, 20. Okay, so negative 3 plus 20, that is, okay, negative 17 over 5 plus 5? Hindi. You're just gonna follow or copy the common denominator. So that is 5. Next, product. Product, ano na naman yung operation na involved? Okay, multiplication. So negative 3 over 5 times 4. Okay. So let's put 1 as the denominator of 4. So negative 3 times 4, negative 12. Over 5 times 1, 5. Okay. So hindi na natin pwedeng i-simplify since it's already in simplest form, or we cannot think of the GCF of negative 12 and 5. So yung sum niya, negative 17 over 5 and negative 12 over, yung product niya ay negative 12 over. Okay, so after determining the sum and product, let's now substitute in this form. So x squared minus the sum, negative 17 over 5x plus the product, negative 12 over 5 equals 0. Let's simplify. X squared, negative times negative, positive. 17 over 5x, then positive times negative, negative 12 over 5 equals 0. Okay, so kung mapapansin natin, meron tayong denominator na 5. Okay, so para maging whole numbers lahat yung numerical coefficient natin, we're just gonna multiply the whole equation by the LCD of the numerical coefficients. So in this case, since the LCD of the LCD of the numerical coefficient is 5, then let's multiply the whole equation by 5. Okay, so 5 times x squared, 5x squared. Okay, then 5 times 17, okay, 85 divided by 5, that is still 17x. Okay, then 5 times negative 12, negative 60 divided by 5, that is negative 12, equals 0. So, the equation whose roots are negative 3 over 5 and 4 is 5x squared plus 17x minus 12 equals 0. So, ito yung equation na merong roots na negative 3 over 5 and 4. So, if you want to double check it, pwede ninyong isolve ito by using the 4 methods that we have discussed or talked about in the previous videos. Okay, considera nating roots itong given na to, and our task is to determine the equation na ganito yung kanyang roots. So kung mapapansin natin, negative 2 plus minus 3 square root of 2. So split muna natin para maging dalawa yung kanyang roots. So negative 2 plus square root of 2. Then yung isa, negative 2 minus, negative 2 plus 3 square root of 2. Then yung isa, negative 2 minus 3 square root of 2. Okay, so those are the two roots of the equation that we're gonna find. Okay, so in determining the equation, kailangan muna nating malaman yung kanilang sum as well as the product since, okay, we're just following specific form para mahanap yung kanyang equation. So, x squared minus sum x or sum times x plus product equals 0. Okay, so let's now get the sum first. This is quite complicated. Negative 2 plus 3 square root of 2, then plus negative 2 minus 3 square root of 2. Okay, so if you can notice, we can omit this. Okay, kasi positive 3 square root of 2, the additive inverse is negative 3 square root of 2. So, pwede na nating tanggalin ito. So, negative 2 plus negative 2, that is negative 4. So, yung sum niya ay, the sum would be negative 4. Okay, let's now proceed with the product. Kapag product pinag-usapan, we're just gonna multiply the two numbers involved. Okay, so negative 2 plus 3 square root of 2 multiplied by negative 2 minus 3 square root of 2. Okay, so let's just follow. Okay, so let's apply the foreign method in simplifying this expression. So the first term is negative 2 times negative 2. That is 4. The outer terms, negative 2 times negative 3 square root of 2. Negative 2 times negative 3 square root of 2. That is negative 2 times negative 3. That is 6 square root of 2. Then the inner terms or our means, 3 square root of 2 times negative 2. So that is 3 times negative 2, negative 6. And just gonna copy the radical. Square root of 2. Then the last terms, we have 3 square root of 2 times negative 3 square root of 2. So 3 times negative 3, that is negative 9. Square root of 2 times 2, that is 4. Okay, so simplifying further, since square root of 4 can be simplified, and 4 is a perfect square number. Okay, so equals negative 9 times, extract the square root of 4. So that is 2. Okay, so that is negative 9. Negative 9 times 2, that is negative 18. Okay, so negative 18 plus 4, that is negative 14. Okay, so x squared minus sum times x plus product equals 0. So, dito na natin isa-substitute yung mga nakuha nating sum and product kanina. So, x squared minus the sum. What is the sum? Negative 4 times x plus the product, negative 14 equals 0. So, x squared now is equal to negative times negative, that is positive 4x. Then, positive times negative, that is negative 14 equals 0. Therefore, the equation or the quadratic equation whose roots are negative 2 plus 3 square root of 2 and negative 2 minus 3 square root of 2 is x squared plus 4x minus 14 equals 0. So, that is how you're gonna find the equation or the quadratic equation given the two roots or given its two roots. Just follow this form, x squared minus sum x plus product equals 0.